Malcolm and Marie was written and directed by Sam Levinson. And it's about a director and his girlfriend's relationship as it's being tested after they return home from his movie premiere and await critical response. Right now seems to be a pretty common time for very good dialogue-based films. This is one of those films for sure. Later last year we got Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and then earlier last month we got One Night in Miami, and now we have Malcolm and Marie. Very different movies for sure, but they all have the one thing in common about being completely driven by the dialogue of a minimal cast. And with this dialogue that is just so well written, that feels so great to be heard, these actors are honestly the perfect choice to be delivering these specific lines. Zendaya and John David Washington are absolutely fantastic in their roles in this film. I genuinely felt for both of these characters at times, and at times they both frustrated me equally as much. The dialogue in this film feels way more suited for the big screen rather than the stage, unlike those other two films that I mentioned earlier. Because this film is definitely about the love of making films. This film has a lot to say about film critique and filmmaking and all of that stuff. It's kind of divided critics a lot, but I'm pretty sure filmmakers specifically are going to absolutely love everything said in this film. This is essentially a 2-hour long conversation between two people, and we actually get to learn a lot about these characters. They have a lot of depth to them, and sometimes they have so much depth to the point where it can kind of get annoying eventually. The structure of this film tonally kind of feels like a roller coaster of emotions. Like at multiple points in the story along as this night goes, like they'll be in one certain mood and then it'll change and then it'll be that other mood again and it'll change again. And it's just constantly flipping back between positive and negative vibes. At times it's really interesting to see, and then on other times I'm just like, come on guys, just work your problems out. Another thing to mention too is the cinematography. Holy crap, this is gorgeous. Marcel Rev should definitely be in consideration for Best Cinematography at the Oscars this year. Holy crap. There wasn't a single shot in this movie that looked bad at all, and quite frankly, most of them just looked seemingly gorgeous. The one thing that seems to be knocking this film down critically is basically its perception of film critique and critics in general.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
I mean, I could be looking at this through the lens of like an upcoming filmmaker. But to me personally, I feel like the commentary on film critique and criticism is exactly what all film critics kind of need to listen to right now. It's basically just telling them to just take a chill pill and don't read into things as much. I'll say that. That's basically saying the message without getting into spoilers, really. But yeah, other than like kind of the repetitive nature of the story structure that kind of made me annoyed with the characters at times, there's only one little nitpick that I have with the ending of this film. There is a point in this film where it seems like the perfect drop off for falling action, and it seemed like such a perfect time just to roll the credits. But then there's like one little scene that happens afterward that I don't feel was necessary. I would have totally cut it out. It wasn't a bad scene by any means, but I didn't feel like it needed to be there. So if I were in the editor, if I was editing this film, if I was in the editing chair, I would have snipped that out. If I had, the authority to do that. But overall, I feel like this was a pretty awesome film. It's a pretty great dialogue-driven drama that I'm pretty sure fans of this genre will absolutely love, and I'm going to give Malcolm and Marie an A-. Anyways, you guys, what did you think of Malcolm and Marie? Tell me about it in the comments. Type them up. And be sure to like and share, sub, do whatever you got to do. We got to get to 100 pretty soon. We're almost there. And anyways, yeah, have a nice one.